If the Magnificent Seven are all lining up to sign deals with nuclear power generators, even experimental ones like the SMR guys and stuff, obviously this is an idea that's not in the stealth phase.
We're back with Lobo Tiggre, independent speculator. Lobo, thanks for meeting with us.
Happy to.
So what's been your main takeaways so far from this conference?
Well, this is we'll go there. But to answer the question, Doug Casey used to say that you knew a market was frothy when people would follow you into the bathroom at these conferences to ask for stock tips. That hasn't happened yet. The bathroom index is still coming, but it's close. People are following me everywhere, and you almost, don't want to run away from people. It's not polite, but the vibe, the energy, the excitement out there, it's palpably better than it's been for many years.
Yeah, wow, we've had a great turnout this year, that's for sure.
A record, it's over 9,000 attendees registered.
Yeah.
Every year since Jay took this over, I have seen growth here, and I meet companies I need to research here, businesses done here, my peers are here, and I just, as a due diligence guy, I think this is a great opportunity. And I'm always, by the way, audience, they haven't paid me to say this, but I'm always telling people that these conferences are great, and you should go, because you can meet the geologist who's kicking the rocks, right? And you can meet the CEO and ask him questions, and if he can't answer them, you should know that. I think there's something about hard money advocacy, people who get gold and silver and the broader mining sector, but the gold bugs in particular. It's people who believe in real money or honest money. Well, they believe in reality and honesty. And I'm not saying that there are no bad actors in this space. There certainly are a few. But the people that have succeeded in the space, I think it's been sort of a magnet for people who think a certain way and have certain ethics. And I've just met some really extraordinary people in this business.
Yeah. So what do you think for 2026? What's your focus for your investments?
Well, my top priority is actually copper.
Okay.
I like copper and uranium both for similar reasons. They're energy metals, they're supply constrained, and the demand side is just going nuts. Uranium has already risen a lot. Copper did hit an all-time high, but it's not really proportionally up as much as uranium, which is up, what is it, like fivefold over its low. It's cyclical low, whereas copper's like double its recent cyclical low. So I see more upside in copper. And there's no chance of a copper reactor meltdown, like that doesn't exist.
Right, a little bit safer.
Right. So I like them both. I think they both have extraordinary potential, but it literally can't melt down in the copper side. Whereas I don't expect it to happen, but it could on the uranium side. So I like both. The thesis there on both of those is pretty obvious. Like everybody can see it. Heck, if the Magnificent Seven are all lining up to sign deals with nuclear power generators, even experimental ones like the SMR guys and stuff, obviously this is an idea that's not in the stealth phase, right? Investors are talking about it. And the copper story, even if you remember last summer, there was this huge surge in copper when there was worried about tariffs. And then the actual tariff came out, and it didn't affect the actual copper itself. It was finished products and pipes and stuff.
Okay.
And copper sort of fell off a cliff. And then it came back up again, and it finished the year fine. But when it fell off the cliff, I was thinking, great, here's my buying opportunity. I've been looking for this. But the metal fell and the stocks didn't. The stocks just kind of wobbled a little bit, and they stayed relatively high.
And that's, you think, because of what it was affecting?
I think it's because it's so obvious. Like everybody's going gonzo about these data centers and all this stuff that's going to need all this copper. It's the need for the copper is so obvious that the stocks held up extraordinarily well. I think we'll need a bigger scare.
Right.
And, for better or for worse, let's just say that the country to the south of where we're sitting today has been a source of change, uncertainty in the world. Mm-hmm. Whether you agree with the agenda or not, I think we can agree that the White House emanates change and markets don't like uncertainty.
Right.
So for the potential buyer, I'm not talking politics here, I'm talking markets, right? Whatever your politics are, uncertainty creates volatility, that creates buying opportunity. So if you think there's a very solid thesis like uranium or copper, then volatility is your best friend. You don't have to chase after things that are trading at 52-week highs or all-time highs. You can wait for the next volatility bout. I didn't get one last summer, but I'm I'm pretty sure that if nothing else, we can count on more volatility
in the copper and uranium
in-
sectors for 2026.
in markets overall. But so yes, I am accumulating cash now, and I have copper and uranium stocks that I would absolutely, without question, love to buy if I have that dip. The thing that I don't have to wait for, or not wait so much for, is what we were talking a moment ago for my talk. I talked about oil being
Right.
the buy low opportunity now. There are opportunities on the table, quality, consistently profitable, dividend-paying companies that are, if not at 52-week lows, they're on the low end of their spectrum. So, hear me, audience. I'm not saying I hate gold and silver, that they're over. That's not what I'm saying.
No, there's more than one
I'm
of
saying
those.
if your idea is to buy low and sell high, as opposed to buy high and hope to sell higher, right, I can't say that gold and silver are the barrel bottom fishing opportunities here.
Yeah,
Whereas
definitely.
there are legitimate opportunities to buy low in the oil patch. So that is what's on my immediate near-term shopping list for now.
That's great insight. To wrap things up, as we let you go here, we've had you a little bit over your designated time. Thank you so much. Very informative. Anything you want to leave the viewers back home with? Last sentiment, kind of like your last.
Sure. Yeah, the number one thing would be that, gold and silver bullion, that's not a speculation. It's not an investment. It's savings. It's insurance. It is an asset that you can be long, for which there is no short. There's no counterparty risk. You can hold it in your hand. It is physical wealth that I have personally experienced and used as insurance, like in a worst case or scenario, or as an opportunity, a source of funding. So, in that kind of context, don't worry about what the price is or the gold dollar exchange rate, as I like to call it. Doesn't matter. If you don't have insurance of this kind in a volatile world such as we're in, then you need to remedy that.
Right.
And
Then
so,
you're not protecting yourself.
right. So this is completely different from the question of making money. This is a crazy world we're in. And in that kind of world, I just think everybody should have some insurance.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for that insight. We're getting our cue to wrap up. For our viewers at home, where can they find you online? Follow you.
Well, on Twitter /X, I'm at Due Diligence Guy.
I love
And
it.
my website is independentspeculator.com. And I'll just say one thing very briefly. I've got a free weekly letter. If you sign up for it, you may or may not agree with everything I say, but I can promise you that I will not spam you with a flood of daily advertisements. I hate that.
That's good. That's a
You
great,
get one email per week.
a great caveat to add to that. A good disclosure. Thank you so much, Lobo.
Thank you so much
Really
for your
nice to
time.
meet you. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the